Hi everyone. So today we're on day 3 on completing 4 pages per day. Okay. So a light and heavy motor vehicle may not be used on a public road of which a bracket projects more than 150 millimeters beyond the widest part of the vehicle. Okay. Warning flags. Where any load projects more than 150 meters to the side, more than 300 millimeters to the rear, it may be marked by means of a red flag of 300 by 300 during the day and a retro reflector at night, or in or any other time where person and vehicle are not clearly visible due to unfavorable condition. White retro reflectors to the front and the red which reflected to the rear. Okay. So warning flags. So in terms of warning flags, so you just need to remember that. So with any like load project, right? So it's 150 millimeters to the side and 300 to the back. There needs to be a 300 by 300 millimeter red flag. Okay. And a retro reflector. And if that is not there, there needs to be a white retro reflector at the front and a red one. Okay. Driving on a divided public road. When any public road has been divided into 2 or more roadways, no person shall drive a vehicle upon such public road except on the left hand roadway, unless directed or permitted by the road traffic. So always just stick to the left. Driving on the left of the roadway. Any person driving a vehicle on a public road shall drive on the left of the road and where the road is wide enough in such a manner as not to encroach on that half of the roadway to his or her right, provided that the encroachment shall be permissible where it can be done without obstructing or endangering other traffic, or in compliance with the direction of a traffic officer or road traffic sign. So you are allowed to basically overtake, but you need to ensure that it doesn't cause traffic and it is permissible by the traffic officer or the traffic sign. When you become aware of the other traffic proceeding in the same direction and wishing to pass your vehicle, drive as near to the left edge of the roadway as possible without endangering yourself and other traffic or property. Do not accelerate the speed of your vehicle until the other vehicle has passed. When about to pass on oncoming traffic, the driver of a motor vehicle must ensure that his or her vehicle does not encroach on the roadway to his or her right in such a manner as may obstruct or endanger oncoming traffic. The driver of a vehicle intending to pass a stationary bus must do so with due care for the safety of a person who are approaching or leaving or may approach or leave such bus. Prohibition on driving on shoulder of a road, except in certain circumstances. No person shall drive a light motor vehicle on the shoulder of a public road. However, so you're not allowed to drive on the shoulder of a public road. Okay? However, during the period between sunrise and sunset, such vehicle may be driven on the shoulder of a public road, which is designated for one lane of traffic in each direction, which, while such is being overtaken by another vehicle, and while such motor vehicle is being overtaken by another vehicle, and if he or she can do without endangering himself or herself, other traffic, pedestrians, or property on such public road. If a person or vehicle upon such road are clearly discernible at a distance of at least 150 meters. Lane changing. When driving a motor vehicle on a public road, which is divided into traffic lanes by means of road marking, the driver shall not turn from one lane into another unless he or she can do without obstructing or endangering traffic. Driving signals. The driver of a vehicle who intends to stop or turn such vehicle to the left or to the right shall in good time give a conspicuous signal of his or her intention visible to a person approaching him or her from the front or from the rear of the side, and of duration sufficient to warn any such person of his or her intention. Direct indicator. You may not drive your motor vehicle on a public road unless it's equipped on both sides with flasher type direction indicators. Okay, so you may not drive a motor vehicle on a public road unless it's equipped with flasher type direction indicators. Each time when you turn left or right when changing lanes on a public road, it is compulsory to make use of direction indicators. A light motor vehicle must be equipped with direction indicators, and each indicator must have a lamp. When in use, the lamp must show an intermittently flashing light of such intensity that it's clearly visible in normal daylight at a distance of 30 meters to a person of normal eyesight. Indicator lamps, when in use, must emit white, yellow, or amber light to the front and yellow or amber red lights to the rear. So this is something to remember. So an indicator light, right? So at the front, it emits what? At the front, it emits white, yellow, amber. Okay? Think of the sun. And then at the back, it emits yellow, amber, red. So think of sunrise, sunset. So indicator, think of yellow, white, amber, yellow, amber, red. So yellow and amber is common. So in the front it's white, at the back it's red. Think of sunrise. Those are the indicator lamps. Okay. Retro reflectors. So we need to read for a heavy motor vehicle. Heavy motor vehicle may not be used on a public road unless they are fitted on the rear of such vehicle at the same height, 2 red retro reflectors on each side. A heavy motor vehicle or combination of motor vehicles may not be used on a public road if the overall length exceeds 7 meters, unless there is fitted on each side a yellow retro reflector. Okay, so a normal one is 2 red retro reflectors, and the thingy more than 7 is a yellow. Okay, if a yellow reflective strips are fitted to a goods vehicle, yellow reflectors are not necessary. Yellow reflective material. As of 1st Jan 2001, yellow reflective material shall be fitted to the sides of rear of all goods vehicles which gross mass is more than 10,000 kilograms. Goods vehicle which the GV does not exceed 10,000 kilograms may be fitted with such strips on sides, rear, but is not compulsory. The driver of a vehicle intending to pass any other vehicle proceeding in the same direction or public road shall pass to the right thereof of a safe distance and shall not again drive on the left of the road until safely clear of the vehicle so passed. Exceeding the speed limit while overtaking is not permissible. Passing on the left, such vehicle shall be permissible if the person driving the vehicle can do with a safety to him or herself and other traffic, and a vehicle being passed is turning to right, or the driver thereof has signaled his or her intention to turn to his or her right. Such road is public road in an urban area. Is restricted to vehicles moving in one direction and the roadway is of sufficient width for two or more lines of moving vehicles. Such road is a public road in an urban area, and the roadway is sufficient with two or more lines of moving vehicles in each direction. Roadway of such road is restricted to vehicles moving in one direction and divided into traffic lanes by appropriate road traffic signs, where she is driving in compliance with the direction of a traffic officer. Provide further that there's no event shall any passing be done by driving on the shoulder of the roadway on the verge of a public road. The driver of a vehicle shall not pass other traffic moving in the same direction on a public road when approaching the summit of the sun, rise, the curve, any place where the view is so restricted that any passing could create hazard in relation to traffic. He or she can do so without encroaching on the right side of the road, or the roadway of such road is restricted to vehicles moving in one direction. When you become aware of the other traffic proceedings in the same direction and wishing to pass your vehicle, drive as near and to the left of the road as possible without endangering yourself or the traffic property, and do not accelerate the speed of your vehicle until the other vehicle has passed. When about to pass oncoming traffic, the driver of a motor vehicle must ensure that he does not encroach on the roadway in such a manner as may obstruct or endanger such oncoming traffic. The driver of a vehicle intending to pass a stationary bus must do so with due care for the safety of a person who, approaching or leaving, may approach or leave such a bus. The driver of a vehicle who wishes to overtake another vehicle ahead that is not in the left, where am I? Okay. In the left hand lane can make the driver of such a vehicle aware or intend to overtake by giving visible signal by means of flashing the headlights of his vehicle. Vehicles must be kept left and overtake to the right on the freeway. The driver of a vehicle on a public road shall, when he or she intends entering any portion of a public road, which constitutes a junction of two or more public roads where the vehicular traffic is required to move around a traffic island, with such junction yield right of way to all vehicular traffic approaching for his or her. Okay. Parking. Okay. Parking. No person shall park a vehicle on road of a public road with the direction given by traffic for any cause beyond the control, in any place where stopping is not permitted, in contravention of any road traffic. A same side of a fire hydrant 1.5 on either side of the hydrant. And a place where the vehicle will obscure any road traffic sign in such a manner as to encroach upon sidewalk, in manner to obstruct the private or public vehicular entrance, except for any road beyond the control, or any portion of the road of a public road outside the urban, or with any part of the vehicle within 1 meter edge of the roadway. No person shall park on the roadway of a public road within an urban area within 9 meters of pedestrian crossing, within 5 meters of intersection, upon or over the actuating mechanism or traffic signal, with the outside of any left-hand wheel thereof, with 450 and less than 5.5 meters wide on a traffic island or pedestrian mall or pedestrian lane. Stopping. No person shall stop a vehicle on the road of public road except in order to avoid accident with direction given by traffic for any cause beyond the control of a driver.